Good morning, IIT Mandi. I hope all of you are awake here sitting. For a little child who didn't know how to express herself, art became the mode of expression. Art became the go-to place. Not just that, it was perhaps a little child's first learning as to the unexpected is inevitable. Life is going to bring us unexpected moments in various phases and stages. Whether it be an interview that we wish to crack and probably we can't. Whether it be an affection and emotion we wish to express but can't. Whether it be an exam that we wish to crack. Probably we can, probably we can't. But there are multiple unexpected moments that are inevitable and that happens in life. Can I get the pointer, please? Thank you. This piece of art, we call it chromatic symphony. Life has a rhythm of its own, an unexpected rhythm of certainties and uncertainties. We can plan as much as we want. We can plan, we can decide, we can make choices as to this is what I'm going to do after my IIT. This is what I am going to do after this particular age and stage in life. But do we really have a choice? Do things really happen as we expect them to happen? Sometimes they do. A lot of times they don't. And in such unexpected moments, we call it destiny. Today in a world which is moving at a pace where breathing itself becomes challenge, we ask people, hey, relax, breathe. Hey, take a moment for yourself. Hey, pay attention, please. And in such moments where we need to tell ourselves to pause, where we need to tell ourselves to honor our lives, where we need to tell ourselves to honor another. In those moments, is it just the planning or is it synchronicities? Is it the symphony that life, that destiny plays? Today, in this fast-paced world, while we planning, studying today at IIT, tomorrow looking for a job, day after probably planning a family, and suddenly, midlife, careers change. Suddenly, mid-sentence, identities change. Mine did. In 2010, while I was working in the community, in 2010, while I was volunteering, something unexpected happened. An incident that shifted my entire perspective on life. An incident that made life feel meaningless. That made the emotion of living to work, working to earn, and earning to live. None of it made meaning. While I walked through the community and saw some children in municipal school uniforms scavenging for food and playing by the garbage pit. Everything shifted. What shifted was not just the meaning of life was shifted. What shifted was my career. In 2010, I moved to social impact, from being a corporate slave to running a family, managing a family, and suddenly nothing made meaning. Suddenly, the unexpected happened, and the shift within my own emotions made me choose a life of a social change enabler. You know, when you talk about careers changing mid-sentences and identities changing midlife, it doesn't stop here. In 2024, the artist within me was no longer ready to accept to be hidden. The artist within me, I am sure a lot of you here have passions which are today called hobbies, because you have to be in the mainstream, right? Just like I was. But my passion, it nudged me. It was no longer acceptable for me to remain unseen. It was no longer acceptable for the art to not see the light of the day. And in 2025, I did the first exhibit of my works of art. Today, the person who stands in front of you, a person who changed her career at 50 plus, choosing to honor her passion, choosing to honor the destiny's calling. Her works of art are not only being celebrated, loved, and revered among spiritualists, but also amongst global art collectors. Moving from the rhythm of life, this piece of art is called divine alignment. You know, most of the time when we think about alignment, we feel alignment is everything falling in place. We are taught and we've learned through our books, through our education system, through our culture, that alignment means being in sync with the path that is given to you, being in sync with the subject matter that you are being taught. But what if your mind is a mind that questions? Sir, what if your mind is a mind that asks questions as to, this is what has been told to me, but what if that is the right thing to do? The same happened with me. Emotions have been the core of my life, of my journey, right from the beginning. And as a child, I'm sure a lot of us will relate to it, we've been told no many a times. As a child, we've been given that feeling of not being good enough. Maybe the other didn't mean to, but we cultivated that emotion that perhaps I am not good enough. I developed that emotion too, the emotion of not feeling good enough. And from my childhood, I carried that emotion into my relationship, into my marriage of 12 years, of feeling not good enough. One afternoon, After returning home, post my B.Ed exams, I was sitting and painting. What took form on the canvas was not something that I expected. What took form on the canvas was uncertainty. One canvas which had duality in it. One canvas that had both fear and determination. Fear of what-if scenarios. Fear of a tomorrow which seemed very uncertain. And determination of the choice not to live in not being good enough. The choice of choosing myself. I am sure a lot of you here would have felt that in many a moments. A moment where you wish to choose yourself. This canvas, divine alignment, to me, this art stands for healing the emotion and fear of the unexpected. Accepting that alignment can come even within uncertainties. That the emotion you feel has a flip side to it as well. That the journey you are about to take might or might not be visible to you. And that is absolutely okay. Because in life, we can't really plan every step. And if we could, then each one of us would have the key to destiny in our hands. Life has unexpected ways of showing up at every corner, at every crossroad, at every bend. Some of us, we think those bends and crossroads to be paths that we have no choice but to take. Some of us, we accept the fact that at some crossroads, we can and cannot make choices at the same time. And then accept the choice that we can make and let go of the choices that we can't make. 2020 happened, and so came through my journey as a social change enabler to serve in the community as a frontline worker. I was serving in the Navi Mumbai slums alongside Navi Mumbai police and many more volunteers leading the project Mission Annapurna, where we were serving within the community. Little children hadn't had milk for days. There was no medicine available for the elderly. Food, grains, everything, we know of it, we've heard of it. But what happened within my own journey, what happened within my own emotion while serving inside the community during the era of fear was liberation, was an emotion of feeling fear-free. Fear-free not because death is inevitable. Fear-free not because destiny will take its own path. Fear-free because that was the only emotion that brought in the strength to serve. That was the only emotion that brought in the strength to be able to do the work in the community where not only hunger, not only pain, not only trauma, there was much, much more happening behind closed doors, and those brutalities of humanity could only be looked into the face through prayers and service. This piece of art we call Luminous Arrival. If you look at it closely, you will see and probably feel a shift in emotion inside of you. For me, this was the acceptance of self in praise, in service to humanity. Well, talking to all of you here about prayers while we talk about conquering the unexpected. Well, prayers have a lot of power. I personally believe that the greatest strength you can find within your own heart, the greatest strength you can find within your mind is through the emotion where you surrender. There are moments in life where the unexpected journey of living sometimes makes us feel helpless. There are points in life where even if we plan, even if we design and draft whatever life we want to live ahead, a jolt, a moment, an incident, an accident can change everything. You know, when you talk about life, when you talk about family, when you talk about incidents that happen to us, with us, for us, by us, within our own four walls, within our own family system, within the dynamics of our friend circle, within the dynamics of our social circle, what is most important is to remember that we all, each one of us, with, I don't know the number of cells we carrying inside our body, with probably each cell having a memory of its own. Probably that's what we call our DNA memory, which we are carrying from generations. And probably there will be generations ahead of us who will be carrying the same DNA memory. And if not much, what we can do is work towards our own personal healing. Give some space in our daily lives to sit and breathe. Give some space to acceptance of self, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of those who walked before us, forgiveness of those who will be coming after us. Because each action of ours has an impact. each action of ours, whether it be a physical action or an action of thought, which we call intention, or an emotion that has happened inside of our heart, which we might not be able to share with others. Each such moment, each such action has a ripple effect in the energy space. Because today, if I tell you a joke here, I'm sure all of you will laugh. And if I'm feeling sad about something, that energy will be transmuted amongst each one of us. And the ripple effect is not just negative. Imagine the kind of wisdom our ancestors carried, the kind of knowledge, the kind of culture, the kind of community we as Indians are, as global Indians. And only if we can give ourselves those few moments of self-healing, of self-acceptance through the day, probably we can connect to our hearts, our own hearts. Probably we can call in the wisdom of our ancestors. Probably we can make the world a better place just by being joyous within. And not just from one lineage, not just from the resilience of our ancestors who walked the path, but also to each one of us sitting here today. Let us give that moment of joy to ourselves, at least few moments a day.